Hello and welcome to my 8th sermon. It is June 9th of 2019. And this sermon is asking people how to determine right and wrong under the Patriot Act and a country that puts brain implants into its people. Now, you can see the x-rays right here. They're also at brainimplant.info. When I was locked up for no good reason, they broke into right in this area and they erased a book that I'm writing about brain implants. I went all the way to Cuba to get a diagnosis where they did find not only brain implants, but skull fractures that the United States government is denying. So people thinking that somehow we're the best country, well, we're, as Mark Twain said, loyalty to the country always, loyalty to the government when it deserves it. It's now putting brain implants into people, breaking into people's homes, locking people up, making up claims, doctoring video to claim people did things they didn't. That is our government today, our government under the Patriot Act. And this is, people like me, people like Edward Snowden are very similar to Jesus. We are the ones trying to get the truth about our government. We would not have known that the NSA spied on everyone if it weren't for Edward Snowden. I've called them thousands of times, and about 5-10 years ago they said, no, we only spy on foreigners, we don't spy on Americans. And Edward Snowden revealed that not only do they spy on some Americans, they spy on every single American. So the NSA are the liars. They're not the good guys, they're the liars. And I am flabbergasted that media did not cover this issue more than 10 years ago when I put my implant on the media. I'm a graduate of the Scripps School of Journalism, and journalists are failures. They have failed to cover the most important story on our planet, brain implants. We need something to convince people to do something about this. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 25. Therefore, having put away falsehood, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbor, for we are members one another. Now the government, the media, they're telling the falsehoods. I'm telling the truth. Doctors are even telling falsehoods here in America. I have to go to Cuba to get the truth. Amnesty International has done nothing about this. They are hypocrites. Churches, synagogues, they've done nothing about this. They're hypocrites. The Justice Department, NAMI's done nothing about this. The mental health community, nothing. When I was in ABH for no good reason, they said if they were to do anything on brain implants, they would lose their jobs. In fact, they had an obligation to look into my brain implants while I was there. So they failed in that. The FBI's done nothing. A few days ago, I asked Deputy Brian Cooper, hey, do something on brain implants. He said, no, I won't do anything about that. They're letting people put stuff into people's heads against their will. That's assault and battery. It's torture and terrorism. It's the biggest violation of privacy and the Fourth Amendment ever known to humanity and to our country. And here's a quote from our Bible, John chapter 17, verse 17. Sanctify them in the truth. Your word is the truth. My word is the truth. The words of those in the government, doctors, mental health goons, police, politicians, they are liars. Charlie Atkins, one of our county commissioners, said, no, there's no brain implants, ho ho. And you can see it right here in this x-ray. These are liars. But they need to change and tell the truth. We need a congressional investigation on brain implants. I am now getting a petition which currently has 30 signatures, and I need other people interested in getting petitions, petition signatures, just let me know, demanding that the government tell the truth. Proverbs chapter 11 verse 3. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the crookedness of the treacherous destroys them. Similar to the time in Jesus, those in our government are the treacherous, and those who they try to persecute, like me, are the ones with integrity. Similarly, public defenders, they've locked me up once for 70 days for allegedly being incompetent to stand trial. They're trying to do that again. And This for doing nothing wrong at all. And meanwhile, I had filed 3 federal lawsuits still pending, which had gone through lots of hurdles myself. And I've been through lots of jury trials. And we need people to rise up and demand that the government tell the truth about brain implants. And I'll end with a quote from the Bible, Proverbs chapter 12, verse 22. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but those who act faithfully are his delight.